welcome to Midday. Investing always has a lot of moving components to it. Thankfully, we have Abbott Wealth Management, who always gives us great tips and tricks and suggestions for managing our money better. Welcome, Julia.
Thank you so much, Katie.
Always nice to have you on.
Nice to be back.
Yeah, it's been a little while. How's your summer been?
It's been good so far. Yeah, there's been very limited smoke, which is always nice compared to last year.
A little bit today, but we won't complain too much.
Yes, definitely. It's the first day. So,
And today, what are we talking about?
We are talking about the biggest threat to your portfolio.
Okay, your financial portfolio. And it is?
Your emotions. So surprising for maybe a lot of people that that you play the biggest role in what could harm your portfolio.
Yeah, I have to say, when I read your topic, that's not how I expected that to end. So I was super interested to see what you had to say about that.
So it's kind of interesting, like the psychology and investments and whatnot. So we're just going to talk about some emotional roadblocks, biases and whatnot that can affect how you invest and might be detrimental to your investments over the long term.
Okay.
Yeah. So first one, loss aversion. People feel the pain of losing more than they feel the joy of gaining.
Right.
That's
funny how that works.
Yes. Yeah, it's really funny. So people will generally avoid taking risk in order to avoid losing.
That's me. Play it safe.
Yeah.
Take the safe bet.
Definitely. So with regards to that, it can be maybe not investing money at all, or holding on to a stock longer than you should, simply because you don't want to crystallize a loss.
Right. Okay. Second one here, regret bias.
Yeah, so lots of regret comes with life in general, but investing. So like, what happens if I buy this stock and then I regret it, or if I sell this stock? And for example, like in 2008, there was lots of maybe regret bias happening at that time, with your investments drop 35% or 50%, depending on what you're invested in and where you're invested. And just kind of, what do? I don't want to lose anymore. And
that indecision, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So unfortunately, it can lead to missed opportunities down the road, whereas for a lot of investors who cashed out in 2008 when their investments were low, they maybe could have made that back in the next year,
and then
or in the next
kind of regret.
Yeah. So unfortunately, there's a lot of regret that happens there.
All right.
The next one, we've got herd mentality. So that's kind of joining the herd.
Yeah, following wherever it may go.
Jumping on the bandwagon.
And sometimes by the time you see the herd or the bandwagon, it's a little too late. You need to be looking for the next thing instead.
Yes, definitely. So like, by the time things make the mainstream news and whatnot, it's usually too late in order to actually make a profit or have a good investment off of that.
So how do people avoid that?
Making sure that you're doing your analysis and due diligence with regards to investing. So making sure that, say, a while ago Bitcoin, but now marijuana stocks.
Right.
Those things are, I mean, people can definitely make money off of them, but is that the right choice for me and the right choice for my investment portfolio, given my timeline, things like that?
Yes.
So making sure that you're making sure it's a good fit for you is really important.
Absolutely. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah. Confirmation bias. So people tend to gravitate towards things that they know and that they like, and that they,
which is advisable in a lot of capacities.
Definitely, yes, for sure. It's a little scary though when you get overweighted into things just because you know and like them. So not branching out can definitely lead to oversaturation
of your particular portfolio.
Thank you. Yes. And that's super common to see with companies who offer their employees stock and shares in their company. They can end up with a lot of money invested into the company that they work for. So they're very concentrated.
Yes.
Yeah, and if something happens with that company, their investments and their job, their capacity to earn money is kind of
so it's important to diversify.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes. Then we have overconfidence. So
kind of the opposite of loss aversion.
Yes. Yeah. So a lot of people think that maybe they have a leg up because they work in a certain industry or something like that. This false sense of control over kind of what's going to happen, what could happen, things like that.
Stay humble, even in your investment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that can lead to not sticking with that long-term investment strategy.
And maybe not even consulting with somebody like Abbott Wealth with the resources that you have, because we start to believe we know it all.
Exactly, yeah, definitely.
Okay, and our last one here.
Yes, recency bias. So this is just kind of believing that past performance is indicative of the future. So this stock has done really well last year, so I'm going to buy it now, whereas it really might be at its peak price.
Right.
And now is when a lot of people are selling it, and then it dips in price.
So again, looking at those analytics and the projections and what you feel like is going to happen next, as opposed to what did already happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah. So our last slide here is what do I do about these emotional roadblocks? So mostly be aware, minimize emotions, stay disciplined, and make sure you stick to your investment strategy. So really important, especially over the long term.
Okay, fantastic. I love that you not only give us the warning signs, but then tell us how to avoid it and what we can do. And you can get a lot more of that kind of advice at Abbott Wealth Management. You can visit info@abbottwealthmanagement.com or email them. And of course, you can always pop in and visit. Thanks for joining us, Julia.
Thanks, Katie.
Enjoy the rest of your summer.
You too.
We'll be back with more Midday in just a moment.